Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President, Republic of Ghana, presented by Mayor James Kenny, City of Philadelphia, September 27, 2018.
The Year of Return Ghana 2019 is the only centrally organized public-private partnership and the first by an African country to commemorate 400 years of the arrival of the first enslaved African to the United States.
We want to be able to give our ancestors the worthy honor that they deserve through their resilience of producing the greatest generation of Africans that ever existed. That is our mission. Our mission is to remember what they have done, to remember their sacrifice, but to also be worthy of that sacrifice, to produce and manifest a generation of Africans that can manage our own affairs in reality, and that can also be the masters of our own destiny. That is the generation we want to proclaim Africans to be today. That is why we want to commend the government of Ghana. We want to commend the president of Ghana for taking on this bold initiative to do something that's never been done before, to proclaim a year of return. That's not just one event. That's a historical statement, Mr. President, which we want to commend you for. Putting your name to this, putting your administration to this, and inspiring Africans. Let's change the narrative. Let's lift up the African image. Let's make the African of the 21st century a new African. 400 years is long enough for other people to proclaim and to write and to declare our narrative. African people must write their own story. The Year of Return, Ghana 2019, will manifest that new kind of African.
Your Excellency, I came to honor you for your leadership, for the leadership that you will give the right of return. And I know my colleague Gwen Moore spoke, but I wanted to give the passion to this great resolution sponsored by my colleague, the Honorable Bobby Scott, to let you know that H.R. 1242 lives and breathes. It is not an exclusionary resolution. It does not exclude those who do not walk in my history. It gives us the opportunity. And so, to the Minister of Tourism, to the Foreign Minister, to the delegation of the President, to President Nana Akufo-Addo, we are here to say thank you, for you have taken the gift of H.R. 1242 and you have said, along with this great committee and its leadership, that we welcome you, my brothers and sisters, in the continent of which I honor. And Ghana, with its amazing history, will be in the forefront of galvanizing and cementing this wonderful relationship between the nation of the United States of America, the people of the United States of America, and the great Republican nation of Ghana, with this wonderful President and First Lady who is leading us into the 21st and 22nd century. May the blessings of all be upon you. Let us be connected through our ancestry and the spirits, and let us never forget the dark passage which will turn into the light of return in this wonderful year of 2019, commemorating our first venture in 1619. God bless all of you. God bless Ghana, and God bless the United States of America.
It's a very emotional day for those of us who have come to reunite with our family here. Everything that we have listened to, every person who has spoken, one single thing resonates: come home. And it's a very powerful statement. So I wish to reiterate that commitment that Ghana, under the able leadership of our president, who has shown total commitment by being here today with us to launch and to commemorate the Year of Return, I repeat, come home. Please take this message from this confine of this room and tell everyone, pay it forward, that we as Africans have the spirit of resilience. We are here for a purpose, to tell the story. So those who have lost hope will see that they are still alive for a reason. There are young people on substances that have no business being on. It's because they have lost their way. You and I will use this occasion under the auspices of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, who has opened the doors for you and I to tell the story of the resilience of our people.
We're gathered to initiate the year of commemoration of one of the most momentous events of history, the commencement of the transatlantic trade, slave trade, which brought tens of millions of Africans to the Americas, North, Central, and South. We know of the horrors that accompanied that forced journey. We know of the brutalities that were meted out to them during their stay in the Americas. We know of the great difficulties they have encountered in attempting to assimilate and live and maintain their dignity in the Americas. We know of the extraordinary achievements and contributions they have made to the life of the Americas. And it is important that in this symbolic year, 400 years later, we commemorate their existence and their sacrifices. It was in anticipation of the year of commemoration that my great childhood friend, colleague, and associate, the late Jake Otanka Obecha-Bilamte, then Minister of Tourism in President John Agyekum Kufuor's government, a government of which I was part as Foreign Minister, launched in celebration of Ghana's Golden Jubilee, the Joseph Project, the project that identified the need to symbolize the return of the prodigal son who was lost and found. I would like to dedicate this whole ceremony and this to his memory. He insisted on granting easy visas to all returnees, and that we should give force to the right of abode. I think it's the duty of my government to do both of those things in commemorating of next year. But I would like to say in conclusion that the most important consequences of all the activity we're here to initiate is that together on both sides of the Atlantic, we will work together to make sure that never again will we allow a handful of people with superior technology to walk into Africa, seize our peoples, and sell them into slavery.